Well, my wife, Leslie Mann, definitely opened my eyes up to what it was like to be a creative person in Hollywood. And the main way she did it was just by showing me this stack of scripts that she has. You know, for years, that stack was just women getting a guy from point A to point B, and they were not a big part of the story. They were always facilitating a man story. And I definitely thought to myself, oh, I should be aware of this. I should not do this. I first became aware of this issue when Paul Feig brought me his pilot for Freaks and Geeks.
Want to see what it'd be like to fight me?
Weird sister has to protect them.
Just trying to figure out why it is you need to pick fights with guys who weigh less than 100 pounds.
It was really important to him to make a show that was about a brother and a sister. But what he seemed to be most excited about was the character of Lindsay, played by Linda Cardellini, because he said, these shows are never about women. They're never about smart women. They're never about, interesting, conflicted young women.
You really didn't need to do that. I could have handled it.
Yeah, I know.
And by the way, I weigh 103 pounds.
Sorry. Man, I hate high school.
And I think his passion to tell that story woke me up to the idea that, oh, people don't do this very often. And then when it came out so well, and Linda was, so amazing in every frame that we shot, it makes you want to do it more. You can't be the voice for everybody. So there's all sorts of types of people that shouldn't want me making movies about their lives, because I don't know anything about their lives. So as a man with my experience, I can write about my world, I can write about the men and women that I've met to the best of my ability, but you really need to give breaks to people. You need to find women who have a voice, and you need to support them. I feel like people are very supportive of hiring women when you decide to do it. So Jenny Connor and Lena Dunham are very aware of having female directors on Girls and having great female writers on Girls, and the crew is probably more female than most crews because that's important to them. And when they do it, everyone's happy about it. So you just have to make a choice to do it. But that's just because someone made us aware of something, and it was a very easy adjustment to make, to give people those opportunities. So the only thing that changes things is that people like myself, or every showrunner of a TV show in town, make some sort of choice to open up their production to people who are not getting those opportunities. And it's not hard to do. And I find that the main reason why it doesn't happen is just pure laziness. People will hire the same type of people every time if you don't have that meeting to tell them not to. The thing that keeps it rolling is if you have, say you have 25 guys who are considered good action directors, nobody wants to take a risk because the budget's so high. So it's hard to say, well, this woman who made a $5 million horror movie, let's give her a $150 million action movie. It's easier to go to the people who have done it before. But people do get those opportunities. The man who directed the last Jurassic Park was coming off of a very small $1 million movie. And Steven Spielberg said, that guy's talented. I'm going to give him this giant break. And he's also done that for women. I remember Mimi Leder directed one of the first DreamWorks movies. But it takes those people to say, I'm going to give you a chance to do this. And you do need them to look at the numbers and go, it's kind of weird we've made 20 movies and none of them were directed by women. And then they have to take a leap somewhere. But usually they can find a reason not to do it. And usually it's well, have they done it before? Well, you have to let people do it so that they have experience to change the pool. Ultimately, I'm not going to be able to check all the boxes. The boxes should get checked because someone's coming out of college with a short film and then they get to make their next film. Or another amazing woman is given her own TV show, and she's a showrunner, and she gets to hire crews that are more balanced and the writers that she wants to write. That's what changes the business, is giving young people breaks, and that's true for every ethnicity. Is you have to look at it and say, if there's not enough African American directors, well, someone has to give them their first jobs to get them into the business.